Hello, very good evening, racing folks. Welcome to the Racing Carnival for 2 days. Kudos to Mr. Cyrus Poonawalla for hosting this wonderful event. Normally, it's the end of the season. I won't even bet penny, but I think I'm going to bet big. As the real race horses are running, folks, next 2 days. Few are very fit, few are very fresh. Unlike normally, at the end of the season, the horses are very tired and all. I do see some fresh rested horses. I think I'm going to bet big on them. Folks, do make a point to go to the racetrack if you are living in Bombay or Pune or close by. As there are a lot of free prizes available. You don't have to have a skills of a handicapper or like me, physicality handicapping. That's what I do. It's just a pure luck you need and fill out some forms and you may win a car or something else. It's worth a shot. See if your luck is good enough. Maybe this season was not good, but maybe you get lucky. Who knows? Uh, Anyways, folks, my name is Nilesh Patel. I worked for John Gosden for 4.5 years. I learned a bit of my uh, what to see and what not to see in the paddock from Charles O'Brien, who was an assistant to Gosden. Most of you know me, but as my audience is growing larger, I just thought I'll put 2 words in. Anyways, folks, three things if you're going to watch live are, as I used to be a frequent visitor to Las Vegas casinos, three cherries had to fall, folks, before you can make $500. In the paddock, three cherries are, it's not a rocket science, folks, just have to make a habit. Just see the coat, if it's shining or is it dull. If it's shining, the neck has to be either arched or bowed like a arrow bow, and the ears has to be pricked or doing like this. If these three things and the horse is in your form or in whatever handicapping you do, you got yourself a runner, folks. It's very important. This coat is the most important thing, folks. I have saved people a lot of money saying that coat is very dry, just stay away, stay away. Anyways, the races are good, folks. It's Mumbai, April 1st. Few horses will make April Fool out of yourself, so do watch court. There won't be no hera peri as such because the prices are big, 3 crores, legacy of Mr. Poonawalla. A lot of money at stake, so I don't think, and prestige and all. So no cheating, fitting will go on unless in class 5B and all. That's a different story. Anyway, coming to the first race, folks. The first race is the Act in Time Million 2000 meter race, class 4. Normally, I stay away from these sort of races because, and especially in this particular race today, because there are few horses with no hope. They will try to steal the race or run away, mess up the pace of the other horses. So even if I bet, it will be very small bet. One horse, Jerusalem, Malesh Naredu's horse, where Ajinkya got disqualified and heavily suspended and all. One saddle artist, Malesh should know. He complained heavily. He would know that Ajinkya did hook. I saw the video. I think he did some hera-peri, there's no question about it. Malay should know better than me, of course. He was good at it when he was the saddle artist. He's not as good as a trainer, though, but nonetheless, he knows. The Jerusalem kind of comes into reckoning, folks. Then there is a Brave Beauty who I think kind of bit of over-raced animal now, but still nonetheless 2000 meters right upper alley. She does make a big move, warms up pretty late, anywhere from 1600 to 1700 meters. She's always coming. That is a good sign. There's a horse called Justin. He is pairingly raced. And there is the Alpha Domino of Imtiaz. He gets a cross nose band. Maybe that will help. There's another Imtiaz horse called Freedom. I was always waiting for him to run 2000 meters. He's a very big horse, folks, 500 plus kilo, 560 or 550. It takes time for him to go galloping, but I think this company is very stiff. Nonetheless, he's still at 50.5 kilos. He could be in the place and all. There is Pacey Zabrowski. I was looking forward for him to be in money last time, but he has a high knee action. Unfortunately for Pacey, all Nathaniel's baby has been a victim of high knee action. I was a big victim of playing those horses in Class 5B, and they were always losing. Anyways, the race, Jerusalem, and then of course I forgot one horse. What's in a name? He was fancied last time. Maybe he can come in the money. Anyways, not very excited about that race. Number 2 race book, the Blue Horizon Million, 1400 meters, Class 4 dash. One horse kind of stands out for me. It's called Aatash. I don't think he's a Class 4 animal to begin with. The only big drawback is he's drawn way wide, 13. But it's a 1400 meter race and Bombay stretch. Trevor, as it is, he comes from behind. I don't think traffic problem would be there, but there is still a concern though. Wild Thing looked very nice in the paddock last time, but he didn't do much, so I don't have maybe place or all. Lord Finisi also made a mild move and kind of threw in the towel. The rest of there's a Narendra Lagat horse, Daulat Mai, never misses a dance. She could be in there for place money, folks. Race number 3, folks, the tough authorities of India Million Mile Dash. A horse called Dangerous. Ideally, she is a very long distance horse, outright steer. 2000 meters or 2400 meters would have been a perfect distance for her. But nonetheless, she is a class above this, some of these horses. She can make a race out of it. Fortunate Son, unfortunately, he won last time, but I think if he tries the runaway tactics and all, maybe he stands a chance. There's a horse called Charlie, folks. Charlie has a very good turn of a foot, last 200-300 meters, and a mile is his pet distance. There is no ifs and buts about it. Dexa, kind of disappointed after the surgery she came. I think the setback has not much help. There is Zarag, there is Sierra del Plata. They all have some chances, folks. But and there is, of course, one very good horse in here. It's My Time, a Dallas horse. Dallas was on record saying that he considers him a semi-classic horse. And after a layoff, he came and won quite impressively by 3 3/4 length. I would definitely give him some good chance, each way bet, if his odds are good, that is. Next race, folks, is the Zaveri at Poonawalla Juvenile Million, a mile race, folks, for maiden 3 years old. One horse toe stands out like a sore thumb. The horse called See the Sun, trained by Great Pacey Shroff. Last time also I fancied him very strongly to beat the stablemate. Each way, place was a good bet for me. He came very close to beating Christoph Lee, which is considered right now the number 1 horse in Western India. He is superbly bred, folks. I'm a big fan of See the Moon. I kind of faintly remember he won either Irish or the English Derby, trained by Eden O'Brien, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, the favorite P.S. Chauhan rides him. I don't think there will be much odds, so if you get some decent odds, otherwise don't bet at 32 paisa, 28. It may be possible that it'll be very, very short odds. Anyway, next race, folks, is the Sweeping Success Million. There is another kind of horse who stands out, the horse called Mojito. Mojito mock race was excellent. Mojito is well rested. Mojito ideal distance, I think 7 to 8 furlong horse. He's been pitched high in the Derby and Guineas and all. That's not his distance, and he was made a scapegoat for Shirke's other horses, Supernatural, as a pacemaker, even though he's not trained by Pacey, but nonetheless they own. At that time, I thought, no, it's owned by Prashant Nagar. Anyways, he went start to finish in all those races, and that was not his cup of tea. If he gets an easy lead, folks, only concern is at times M.K. Jadhav horses works too fast. Parvati Bairamji, Darayas Bairamji, same thing. They all lose their races in the pre-workouts only because they work very fast. Megalito, it was a very good bet for me last time, but 1400 meters not our cup of tea. Ideally 6 furlong horse, but nonetheless he'll be sitting in second, third position. He can't pace. She can't pace with Mojito. Rafaelo was coming on, folks. Rafaelo was running in the wrong distance, 6 furlong. Today 7 is right distance. Then there is Price Angel. He would be somewhere in there mix. Anyway, the race number 6, folks, the Zawari S. Punala Sprinters Challenge. It's very difficult to look beyond Iron Age. As a old saying goes, for wine, the older the wine, better it tastes. This fellow is 8 years old, but I think mentally he thinks he's only 4 years old or something. Imtiaz is on a record saying he's a very intelligent horse. When there's a horse who's intelligent, he'll keep himself very fit. He knows he has to run. He knows race is on. He knows, keeps himself away from small injuries. I have noticed so many horses in Gosden Barn who are very intelligent. Only way he can lose is some no-hopper will try to go with him, but it's very difficult to pace with this fellow. He doesn't let you cross him, especially in the first 800 meters or so. If they go, it will be both suicidal. Leopard Rock, I think, once tried it, and he was out of board. Leopard Rock is also, again, very fast animal. He'll be close to the pace. He can do some messing around. Then there is Aatash horse, Suleiman's horse, Sovereign Orb, who kind of is also a very fast horse. But they all in a futile chase as far as I'm concerned. Again, the odds may not be that much. Raizina Star is coming from Kolkata. She is very fast and little classy. Maybe can place. Now coming to the last race, folks, it's Class 5B. Normally I stay away, but there is one horse I really like. Is the Arctur's Million. One horse of Sundarji called Superimpose. He kind of stands out for me. He is in a very good condition, physical shape, as I've been told by a few of my good friends who go to the racetracks and see the horses in the morning. And then there is that Auntia's horse, Trespice, who got bed down heavily, owned by Auntia, kind of fast animal, but kind of a light horse. That is why I don't like. It's less than 400. And there is Arbitrage, Rehanullah's horse, would come in the picture. So Superimpose, if he is very fit in the paddock, even though it's Class 5B, I may bet Mojito and See the Sun and what do you call that Trevor's horse, Aatash. Those three look a very good bet on the paper, folks. observe the weight because Aatash just ran and Nazak, the trainership, I have some doubts about it. But anyway, you have a good one, folks. Gamble sensibly. Next day also very good races. I hope you make some money. Season has not been so good. I have it's one of my not so good season in Bombay. Normally I make ton of money in Bombay, but this season it's so. Anyway, thanks for watching. Well, you have a good one. Bye bye. Take care.